Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come, because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Allen. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact, but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. In motion goes the tight end. Allen from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Puka Nacua, 54 yards. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Once again, Judkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was taken down.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd and a couple. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, Can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Throw left side complete to Chase. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from the 1. Hall again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw is Jackson. Right back to Njoku. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and that'll be good for a Cleveland first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Here's Jackson to throw. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
To the air, Allen. Quick slant caught by Chase. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
A gain of 3 on the play.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Allen now looks to throw. That's to Bowers once again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The Folks' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
He's brought down at the
Chris
31.
Jones on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bates. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
But that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. He'll try to do it himself. Down the right sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Browns take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this will be taken at the 13. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd down and 8. from the gun, it's Jackson. Out quickly to Judy. That's good for a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jackson. That is caught. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
It's a gain of 2.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws, and he did that.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 22.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, Jackson. Complete. Jefferson the target. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
1 quarter remains here on Sunday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Jackson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Jackson will throw again. Completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. CeeDee Lamb from 17 yards out. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And New York set to take the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And that's out quickly to Chase. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
They went with their popular RPO on that play, but they often tell their receivers, as soon as you get the ball, you've got to be like a punt return. You've got to make the first guy miss on your own, because if you do, big plays like that can result. He went a long way before they caught him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here's Allen to throw it. And a completion to Wilson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Allen going to try and keep it.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Josh Allen, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Jets are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability. Index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at